There's no escaping from the fact that we've conceded 2 really, really bad goals, 2 easy to score, and lost our way after the second one, I think, but got that back. And what I'm going to focus on and go away from is the going down to 10. And what I'll take is we had 2 choices going down to 10 in a game where we were, stretched, and as I say, not a defensive bone in our midfield left. We could have kind of gone for it and ended up on the end of a dicking, or we could have said, okay, let's at least have an exercise in being disciplined, and being difficult to break down, and being patient, and working hard and being solid. And I think you did that really, really well. And I don't give a what anyone thinks about whether you've got to go and try and get yourself back in the game and try and win it. We were at a stage of the game where that was looking ever so unlikely, and I made a decision to say, let's not concede again, and we didn't. So I'm going to take that out as a positive. And as I say, I don't give a flying about any noise from outside that might think that's wrong, because sometimes you have to make decisions that are based on longer term than just what trying to chase now. And being on the end of hiding would have done more damage than good in the long term. But we have to take that discipline that we showed and apply it from minute one, apply it all over. We can't have moments of weakness, moments of wobbles within us. Yeah, we will make mistakes, we will do things poorly, but what we can't do is go to when that happens. We have to stick at it, because you will end up getting your rewards. Because I'm telling you now, we end up, frustrating them to a point where we get half chances, and we get the example where Matt lets one fly, and if it's, a yard or 2 either side, and it ends up in the net, then all of a sudden they're wobbling. Yeah, and then we've got a chance. It's really difficult to stay positive, but we have to be around each other, and I cannot fault your effort today. And there were periods of the game where you were really good, periods of the game where we were really good, and it didn't bring about rewards, but no one gives a about that anyway. No one's going to go, and I'd said to you, I'm getting bored a little bit of people going, oh, you're really good, but because they only want to tell you really good when they've beaten you. I'd rather than be moaning and saying you're not that good. I don't know what the fuss is about, like we had when we were doing winning games. No, they're not all that. That normally tells me that people are just begrudging, but I can't complain with your effort and your attitude. That's the thing I'm taking away from that, is we could have gone and we didn't. Joe, well done.
Okay, H, it's defeat on the road again. Can we take some positives from that performance though?
Yeah, I definitely think so, especially after the red card. Obviously the boys banked in. Last few times we've been in a situation like that, there's sort of been a collapse, but today I feel like there was a real togetherness with the boys, and we all dug in together and didn't actually concede in the end, which I'm quite proud of. But obviously it's another loss, got to take the positives from it though and move on to the next game.
Yeah, and I think we actually had more shots than the opposition today, despite the 2-0 defeat. Do you think there's an area of taking our chances that we could potentially do to improve our performances?
Yeah, it's tough to say really. Obviously sometimes luck's on your side, sometimes not. I think we just need to be a bit less complacent when we're defending, especially first 15 minutes. All the time that I've been here, we've been so good at not conceding first 15, getting into the game. But of recent times, last few games, I think we've conceded in the first 15 minutes 3 games out of the last 5, I think. So I think it's definitely something we need to work on, but I still think there's definitely positives to take from the game.
Yeah, and obviously you touched on the red card as well. How much do you think that impacted the game?
It's tough to say really. I think we were sort of growing into the game in the second half, less pressure with 2-0 down. You just got to try and get your way back into the game. But obviously after that, that's taken our willingness to go forward. And obviously with the last times, like I say, we've collapsed a little bit. There was that in the back of our minds that I don't think we need to go and chase and then collapse again and lose another 5-0. But I think we've done the right thing, banked in, didn't lose 5-0 and 6-0, whatever. And I think we can be definitely proud of the way we stuck together as a team. So, yeah.
Yeah, and obviously talking of sticking together as a team, off camera, you guys had a huddle at the end of the game. Can you tell us a little bit more about what Devs and the boys were saying?
Yeah, so just after we'd clapped the fans and said thank you and sorry and everything, Dev's pulled us in as a team. We all got in a huddle. I think we've done something similar, Wroxham last year, if I'm not mistaken. Devs was just saying to us like he's proud of the performance, especially in the second half. Obviously, we had a funny 15 minutes in the first half again. But he said he's proud of the way we stuck together. Obviously, like I say, didn't collapse and fought our way through right till the end. So, like I say, there definitely is positives to take it into the next game and hopefully get the 3 points.